It's another beautiful morning right here from the nation's capital. Good morning and welcome to Rapid TV's continuously evolving social, political, and general interest show we call Korero. Of course, I'm your regular host, Nkamiang John the Beloved, also known to many as the Controversial. Now, the month of March, like several other months across the 12th calendar year, had several special days that were celebrated by the United Nations and globally. And one of those days was March 22nd, known as World Water Day. Now, World Water Day is held annually on the 22nd of March as a means of focusing attention on the importance of free water and advocating for the sustainable management of freshwater resources. Now, it is about taking action to tackle the global water crisis in support of Sustainable Development Goal SDG 6, which says water and sanitation for all by the year 2030. Now, in 2025, World Water Day focused on glacier prevention. What do I mean? When you look at the map, you see places like Antarctica, Alaska, that are supposedly the coolest or coldest parts of the world, basically made up of ice glaciers. Now, these ice glaciers serve as natural freshwater reservoirs, releasing melt water that supports drinking water supplies, agriculture, industry, and of course, supports the ecosystem and healthy ecosystems. Now, they provide essential benefits such as climate regulation and protection from natural hazards. Preserving glaciers is vital for the well-being of individuals and communities across the world. So, through the implementation of sustainable glacier management and monitoring practice, humanity, as we know it, can protect these frozen reservoirs that still hold approximately 70% of the Earth's fresh water supply. On today's edition of the show, we will be chatting with a young lady here in Nigeria who has taken it upon herself to help Nigerians stay hydrated, especially at a time where the world battles climate change that has resulted in high heat levels, which has seen the Earth's glaciers melt at a faster rate than anticipated, dehydrating both the planet and, of course, the humans in it. So, just to set the tone, let's hear what the Director for Water Development and Sanitation of the African Development Bank had to say, especially as the world celebrated World Water Day on March 22nd, just a few weeks ago. All right, I understand the video is not ready just yet, but just in case if you just tuned in, this is Rapid Television's continuously evolving social, political, and general interest show, Korero. Now, as I said today, we are going to be chatting with a young lady who has taken it upon herself to help Nigerians stay hydrated, especially at a time where the world battles climate change. That has resulted, of course, in high heat levels. I mean, all across Nigeria, whether you are in the savannah or in the temperate region, everybody's been complaining about the heat. In fact, at a point on social media, the comment you would see is maybe somebody visited hell and forgot to close the door, and because the heat was excessive. It's been excessive, but thanks to the fact that we're gradually getting into the wet season, some places across Nigeria have experienced some level of rainfall. Just the other day in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, especially on the day of the opening of the Niger Delta Sports Festival, it rained cat and dogs. And here in the nation's capital, just a few days ago, we also witnessed some downpour. But that still hasn't abated the heat just yet. So let's again, I understand that video is ready, of the Director for Water Development and Sanitation of the African Development Bank, as he shares with us hear insights on how Africa is helping to battle the quest of climate change, and of course how it affects water across the continent.
Climate change is disrupting Africa's water cycle. Rainfall patterns are shifting, and droughts are becoming more severe. As a result, glaciers are disappearing. By 2050, the glaciers of Mount Kilimanjaro, Ruwenzori, Virunga, and Mount Kenya could be gone. But this isn't just about melting ice. It's about water, food ecosystem, and preservation for the future of millions across the continent. Glaciers serve as an important source for rivers, providing water supply for farming, wildlife, and communities. Without them, water scarcity worsens, food production declines, and livelihoods are put at risk. Globally, nearly 2 billion people depend on glaciers, snowmelt, and mountain runoff for drinking water, agriculture, and energy production. In Africa, Kilimanjaro's glacier has shrunk by 70%, directly affecting over 2 million people and another 7 million at risk. The African Development Bank Group recognizes the growing impact of climate change on Africa's water resources and is taking action by scaling up climate finance and investing in projects that protect water resources and build resilience across its regional member countries. As part of its commitment, the Bank Group has established the Climate Action Window during the 16th replenishment of the African Development Fund, which became operational in June 2023 with an initial $429 million dedicated to climate adaptation in 37 African countries. The first call for proposals under this window prioritized 9 water-focused projects in Burundi, Chad, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Malawi, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, and Zambia, representing about 25% of the total approvals. This financing is expected to mobilize about $13 billion in downstream development finance from future African Development Fund replenishment programs. Between 2016 and 2023, the bank increased its climate finance from 9 to 55%, committing just over $4 billion out of its $7.3 billion investment in 2023 alone. By the end of that year, the bank-supported operations had improved water management for over 52,000 hectares of land across Africa. Beyond the climate action window, the bank also manages specialized funds, such as the African Water Facility, to help develop climate-resilient water projects. Today, the bank's 121 active water operations, including 6 multinational and regional projects worth about $6 billion, all integrate climate adaptation measures within them. As we work to mitigate and adapt to climate change, preserving glaciers and managing water resources sustainably is extremely important. This World Water Day, I call upon governments, organizations, and individuals to take action. Together, we can protect our water resources and secure a sustainable future for generations, because water isn't just a resource, it is life.
Right, that was the director for Water Development and Sanitation of the African Development Bank, highlighting the importance of water and what the continent is dealing with in terms of the result of climatic change. Now, the show is live and interactive on all our social media platforms. And of course, as always, you can be part of the conversation simply by following and liking Rapid TV on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, also known as IG. And of course, we are also on LinkedIn and on TikTok. Don't forget, our handle is at official Rapid TV, at official Rapid TV. And of course, if you choose, you can take advantage of our WhatsApp portal to also interact and engage with us on the show. And the number for that portal is 0916-771-6035. 0916-771-6035. Now, don't also forget to follow, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And we are streaming live on our website, www.rbnradiotv.com. So let's get back to our conversation. Popular on-air personality Janet Kars will be joining me shortly to shed some light on her wellness campaign, Hydrate for Health. Now, the initiative, which aims to promote hydration and health, delivered a vital message to Lagos residents. Staying hydrated is essential for healthier life. Now, the on-air personality with a radio station in Lagos, through her campaign, highlights the importance of proper hydration and the role of clean, safe drinking water in maintaining overall well-being. Now, the campaign aligned with the United Nations World Water Day, and as part of activities, the campaign distributed free bottles of clean, high-quality drinking water to commuters stuck in Lagos traffic. Now, if you've lived in Lagos, you will know that Lagos just might be the citadel of traffic jams across the continent of Africa. In fact, just a few days ago, because of the closure of the Independence Bridge in Lagos, people had to, spend the night in traffic. There's one particular video making the rounds of a popular Nigerian actress who said she spent the night in traffic and woke up still trying to get home, after spending the night in traffic. So that's how crazy traffic in Lagos can get. But with regards to the campaign, the distribution covered key areas across Africa's largest commercial city. So joining me virtually from the city of Lagos, the commercial hub of not just Nigeria, but Africa as it were, is Janet Kars Joshua, a broadcast journalist, writer, and content creator who's passionate about impactful storytelling and media advocacy. She is the convener of the H2O Wellness Campaign, Hydrate for Health, an initiative promoting proper hydration. Now, through strategic media and community engagement, she has reached millions, driving conversations on wellness and healthy living. So, Kaz, good morning. And how is Lagos this beautiful Friday? So, without wasting time, Kaz, congratulations on a successful 2025 campaign of the H2O Wellness campaign, Hydrate for Health. But how did this year's campaign turn out? I mean, I know you always start preparations very early in the year and all of that. And 2025 has been quite challenging, all across the world. But how did this year's campaign turn out for you?
It's very, 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 not just fulfilling, it's quite different. And even it was more elaborate than, last year. And I'm so happy about that. Thank you.
Interesting, interesting. So, I think the major question is, why is it so important that we hydrate for health, especially at a time where water resources across the world are dwindling, it's becoming scarce due to climate change. Why is this important at this point in time?
Okay, it is important that we hydrate because proper hydration is one of the things, all I can say is the only thing that can keep you healthy. We understand how people can be with, drinking of water or how scarce clean water can be, especially in Nigeria. We are here to just emphasize on the need of proper hydration. Proper hydration can cause a lot of diseases, including the deadliest ones like kidney diseases and equally liver issues. So with proper hydration, I'm super sure and very optimistic that things like that will certainly be far away from you. And that's one of the messages that we pushed or tried to really, really emphasize um, this year on World Water Day. And I mean, aside from on World Water Day, we've been emphasizing on that conversation on the topic, talking about proper hydration for optimal health. So yes, proper hydration can actually keep you so well and healthy.
I'm interested because in recent times we've seen a high rate of kidney and liver diseases, and most medical
Yes.
professionals have pointed to the fact that most people do not hydrate properly. So this year, was there any particular emphasis on, especially with regards to the younger generation, the youthful demography, with regards to being constantly hydrated so as to prevent liver and kidney failures, as we've seen in recent times? Because it's becoming quite
Okay,
alarming
so
that you have young
we
people, falling
we
ill.
actually okay. We actually emphasize on the need for proper hydration by giving breaking down how you can drink water.
Okay.
How you can drink water in the sense that instead of you to wait for you to be thirsty,
Okay, we seem to have lost that connection. Hopefully, we can make that reconnection with uh, Kaz so that we can continue the conversation. But let's just give you a sneak peek of one of the videos from Kaz's collection where, the H2. Okay, I think we have Kaz back. So, Kaz, you were, no, yes, it's good to have you back. You were telling us how you were sensitizing the public on how to properly stay hydrated, how to drink water.
yes, so we actually emphasized on the need of proper hydration, and we mentioned, and we're still mentioning that we don't have to wait for you to be thirsty.
Mm,
So thirst actually is just like you've been bitten by mosquitoes several times, and you refuse to go to the hospital until you're ill. So that's like medicine after the sickness is already with you.
mm,
So thirst is actually craving that your body is properly. I mean, your body is dehydrated. Is a sign of dehydration.
mm.
So you don't have to wait for you to be thirsty. Okay, we emphasize that 30 minutes every hour, you should always sip on water. So
30
basic ways
minutes
of
every
drinking water,
hour.
yes. So if you're drinking water at 12, you're drinking at 12:30, you're drinking at 1, you're drinking at 1:30, you're drinking at 2,
Wow.
just 30 minutes. And you are not gulping, you are sipping.
Sipping,
You
okay?
sip on water, yes, you sip on water in between your day. And then when you wake up in the morning, you should start your day with water. it's always very good to start your day with water. All right. So in between your work, you sip on water. Before you sleep at night, you drink water. And we've actually advised that everyone should have something like this with them at the office, at your store, your shop, because sometimes I'm very sure that getting water can be very, difficult. But if you have your water can by your side, you will be able to take water at the time you should take it. So always don't wait for thirst. For men like you should always hydrate your body throughout the day with minimum 3.7 liters of water. And that
Minimal of
combines both
how
food,
many liters?
minimum 3.7 liters.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Then for women is minimum 2.7 liters. And that includes everything you get to take, both food, fruits, and equally fluids.
Okay.
Right? Combination of everything should be minimum for women, 2.7 liters, minimum for men, 3.7 liters.
Interesting, interesting. But
Yes.
I'm wondering how easy or how challenging has it been sensitizing Nigerians on the need for proper hydration for optimal health? Because you're dealing with a society that still has a larger percentage of it being illiterate, semi-literate, and all of that.
It has really been challenging, I won't lie, because you meet some persons and you're like, excuse me, you meet some persons and you're like, um, have you drunk water today? And they'll go home big bottle and they'll start drinking. They'll tell you, I'm drinking water every time. They'll tell you I'm drinking water every time. Meanwhile, originally, these people are dehydrated. Most times you're dehydrated, you don't even know that you're dehydrated. But how you get to know, you carrying out some basic test or little test with yourself. Example, if you pee and your urine is, you know, um, dark goldish, which we call it dark goldish brown. I really don't know how to emphasize on the color there. But if you pee and your urine is dark, let's say dark gold, just know you're dehydrated. If your urine stinks, you are dehydrated. If you have cracked lips, like you're always licking your lips instead of your lips being hydrated, know that you're dehydrated.
Wow.
If you pinch your skin, the top of your, hand like this, and it's goes down, takes time before it goes down, know that you are dehydrated. There are a lot of
Wow.
ways you can just find out if you're dehydrated or not.
Wow.
So once you pinch yourself, it's supposed to just go down without it, having any stress or effort. It's supposed to just go down effortless like that. But when you pinch and it doesn't go down effortless, that means you're dehydrated. If your saliva or your mouth stinks, I mean, proper hydration actually stops bad breath. So if you know anyone that has bad breath, they should properly hydrate. It probably helps with your hair, your skin, your eyes. If you see that your eyes are dry, that means you might be dehydrated. So all these things are most of the challenges that I've actually faced, because when you see a Nigerian that has one or two of these, I try to educate them to tell them that, okay, you're dehydrated. Why don't you take more water? But they drink water, not the water is my problem. The economy, this country economy is my problem. So when I meet people like that, it's always, it takes me an extra effort to try to convince them to, stay properly hydrated. But for you to know a dehydrated person, that person will always tell you, I always drink water without no evidence.
Okay, so share with us how about the 2025 campaign you just recently concluded in Lagos. How did it go? I mean, what was the turnout like? What was the reception like? What's the feedback you've gotten so far since you executed the 2025 campaign?
Okay, so the 2025 campaign, I would say, was on a larger scale than 2024, and I give God praise because it is growth, right? So the reception was really amazing. Because we were able to get through to a lot more other persons. We went to people's offices. We went to um, shopping mall parking lots. We were at Seco Mall, Jack on the parking lot, and the reception there was crazy. It was mind blowing because there we were not just giving out bottle of water, but we were handing out packs of water.
Mm.
So when we meet you and we're giving you a pack of water, you're like, okay, what's happening? And we're like, we're celebrating World Water Day to encourage proper hydration. They're like, oh my God. I literally met a guy that was almost in tears because when we gave him a pack of water, he was so happy. He felt like, he said that he has not gotten a gift from anyone in a long time. And we giving him water just makes him feel better. And I was so happy because that's the kind of, joy we like to spread. And we just didn't do that. We probably went to the gym.
Mm.
When you're working out, I mean, you're burning out and get dehydrated,
Yeah.
and So we went to the gym. We gave people water at the gym, and everybody was happy. Then the traffic walk was super fantastic. You need to see the video. It was so good that everybody came out. I mean, we went out with the Federal Road Safety Call, so the traffic was really controlled, and the turnout was very good. The reception was amazing. Everybody would handle water to took water from us, and some persons started drinking on the spot. Some persons sipped too, and other persons kept in their vehicles, and the reception was great.
Hmm. Interesting. So I think the question now for Nigerians that are watching outside of Lagos and environs, the big question is how soon will the H2O wellness campaign become nationwide? Because I know 2024 it was in Lagos, 2025 it was in Lagos.
It's still there.
So when will it begin to spread to other parts of Nigeria?
So that's really dicey because we are really working on something, and I do not want to start saying that here now.
Okay,
But
you don't
yes,
want to let the cat out
this
of the
is
bag just yet.
yes, just yet. Well, this is April, and the beautiful thing about this month is the fact that the month just started, and we still have a lot more other months in the year. So you might just be in Abuja and we'll be there. You might just be in Port Harcourt and be there. You might just be in, Abeokuta will be there. Anywhere, we can just come to anywhere. We are working on moving in 2025,
Yeah.
and we're strategically doing that. We're hoping on getting on some more sponsors and probably getting on some more partners that can assist us, meet every other Nigerian in their homes, offices, malls, and equally in traffic areas. So we're actively working on spreading as soon as possible.
I was going to ask that what in terms of support, sponsorship, how companies, businesses have been receptive to the idea of engaging Nigerians and suggesting to them that they must stay healthy through hydration. How receptive have brands and companies been to this idea?
Okay, so for the reception we've gotten from brands, I really like to give a huge shout out to Wakanao for sponsoring this year's campaign. So Wakanao gave us a lot of water. Our plan for the year 2025 World Water Day was to reach out to 25,000 Lagosians. And guess what? We did more than that.
Wow.
We met more than 25,000 Lagosians, and we handed them water each, all courtesy of Wakanao. When we met Wakanao was really excited to be part of the campaign. And unlike other brands that we approached, Wakana was excited. They were ready. Even if the notice didn't come like last year, 2024, and we met them in 2025, they were really excited to jump on the campaign because they believe that as you're traveling, as you're moving, hydration is key.
Yeah.
They just enjoy to see a healthy society, which is the same thing we enjoy to see, a healthy society. And again, shout out to Wakana for was giving us a lot of water. But away from Wakana, we had sponsorship, not sponsorship, I mean partnership from all the media houses and also from, other bodies like um, Pocari Sweat. They handed us a few packs of, Pocari to stay hydrated, especially to the people at the gym. And also, Sephora let us use their car lots for free, and it was so beautiful. We were able to meet a lot of people, and that was, a very good partnership. And also to Health Right Medical and Wellness Center. Health Right is a wellness center. The doctors there actually pioneered the sensitization of this campaign. They let people know about the benefits of proper hydration. All the knowledge that was imparted was all from Health Rights. And also we had the all the amazing designs we've been getting is from SEMA Designs and also Cross AI, a fantastic startup tech firm, was equally part of our partners. Obviously, and Expo, um, that's a supermarket, actually was still part of it. So you see the people that actually partnered with us for this campaign. I mean, dehydration or hydration is something that affects everybody in the society, both the private, the government, everybody needs water. Everybody, both the animals and the plants. Everybody needs water for basic survival. So every person that joined us on this campaign, um, and yes, huge shout out to you to Rapid TV for being a part of the campaign. I mean, everyone, R2 TV, R2 Radio, Dean FM, Hot FM, Radio Gisme, Vibes FM, all of these people, Correct FM, are part of, the campaign. And the support that all of them gave, trust me, is explicit. I can't start, I don't know, but money cannot pay them all off. You don't understand. So the support was actually really good. But again, shout out to Wakana for providing all the water that was used for the, H2O Wellness Campaign 2025.
Okay, 2025 is shifting gear gradually. It's still early, but what's the plan? I know you said there's something cooking
Yes.
on or before the end of 2025, but gaze into your crystal ball. Tell us, what are we to expect in 2026?
2026, my goodness, is going to be a different year because the plan we have for 2026 is already in motion right now.
Wow.
And yes, we'll get to talk about that on a different day. But this is me not trying to let the cat out of the bag, and this is me not trying to be stingy with information. But trust me, 2026 is actually on a global level, and we are planning on, not just touching Nigeria, but probably touching some other African countries
Wow.
that equally
You're,
suffer
you're going
dehydration.
Pan-African now.
Yes, please.
Interesting, interesting. Well,
Yes,
well, Kaz, as always, it may look insignificant to many that, oh,
yes,
why so much emphasis on water, why so much emphasis on staying hydrated? After all, we drink water every now and then. But especially at a time where, one, the climate is going through its own phase of challenges, and then human health. For, as I said during this conversation, the fact that the younger generations are beginning to be worse hit by diseases that the older generation only heard about in the latter part of their years, shows that there is
yes,
need for proper sensitization and for people to take the issue of staying hydrated pretty serious and understanding the implication of not being hydrated. This year alone, I mean, NIMET came out to warn Nigerians that all across the country there was going to be a heat wave, and I mean, everybody complained about the heat, and that
we felt it.
alone,
We felt it.
yeah, that alone gave enough reason. And one of their major payoff was the fact that people should stay hydrated. So we want to say well done for continually preaching the message of staying hydrated and understanding and making people understand the importance of hydration when it comes to their well-being and their health. So keep us in mind as the plan for 2026, and like we said, we here in the FCT and other parts of the country can't wait for H2O Wellness campaign to come visiting so that we too can enjoy the benefits of being hydrated.
We will, most definitely. Just watch out for us. We have the plans already. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to give too much information or give less information. But trust me, you're certainly going to see us in Abuja very soon. Very, very soon.
Thank you.
Very soon.
Thank you so much, Kaz.
Thank you so much, John. And please remain hydrated. Okay, keep drinking water. Don't forget, you can always
every 30 minutes.
Water.
Will do.
Yes, yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. So that was Janet Kaz Joshua, the convener of H2O a wellness campaign. And of course, the conversation has revolved around all the activities that took place on World Water Day. In fact, that campaign actually kicked off on the 21st, and then the high point, of course, was on the 22nd when they went all across the city of Lagos, handing out bottles of drinking water so that Lagosians and Nigerians alike can stay hydrated. Once again, we'll take a quick break. We'll listen again to the summation of the director for water development and sanitation of the African Development Bank, as he reminds us the importance of water and the fact that the continent of Africa, just like the rest of the world, is beginning to suffer as a result of climate change and environmental impact, and the need for the people and governments across the continent to ensure that we begin to take deliberate action to safeguard our water resources and, of course, ensure that our people stay healthy and hydrated.
Climate change is disrupting Africa's water cycle. Rainfall patterns are shifting and droughts are becoming more severe. As a result, glaciers are disappearing. By 2050, the glaciers of Mount Kilimanjaro, Ruwenzori, Virunga, and Mount Kenya could be gone. But this isn't just about melting ice. It's about water, food ecosystem, and preservation for the future of millions across the continent. Glaciers serve as an important source for rivers, providing water supply for farming, wildlife, and communities. Without them, water scarcity worsens, food production declines, and livelihoods are put at risk. Globally, nearly 2 billion people depend on glaciers, snowmelt, and mountain runoff for drinking water, agriculture, and energy production. In Africa, Kilimanjaro's glacier has shrunk by 70%, directly affecting over 2 million people and another 7 million at risk. The African Development Bank Group recognizes the growing impact of climate change on Africa's water resources and is taking action by scaling up climate finance and investing in projects that protect water resources and build resilience across its regional member countries. As part of its commitment, the bank group has established the Climate Action Window during the 16th replenishment of the African Development Fund, which became operational in June 2023 with an initial $429 million dedicated to climate adaptation in 37 African countries. The first call for proposals under this window prioritized 9 water-focused projects in Burundi, Chad, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Malawi, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, and Zambia, representing about 25% of the total approvals. This financing is expected to mobilize about $13 billion in downstream development finance from future African Development Fund replenishment programs. Between 2016 and 2023, the bank increased its climate finance from 9 to 55%, committing just over $4 billion out of its $7.3 billion investment in 2023 alone. By the end of that year, the bank-supported operations had improved water management for over 52,000 hectares of land across Africa. Beyond the climate action window, the bank also manages specialized funds, such as the African Water Facility, to help develop climate-resilient water projects. Today, the bank's 121 active water operations, including 6 multinational and regional projects worth about $6 billion, all integrate climate adaptation measures within them. As we work to mitigate and adapt to climate change, preserving glaciers and managing water resources sustainably is extremely important. This World Water Day, I call upon governments, organizations, and individuals to take action. Together, we can protect our water resources and secure a sustainable future for generations, because water isn't just a resource, it is life.
Right. Director, Water Development and Sanitation, African Development Bank. Just to let you know, if the African Development Bank is paying so much focus on sustainable water supply across Africa, that enough tells you how important water and staying hydrated is. Of course, each year, World Water Day highlights the pressing challenges surrounding global water resources and the actions needed to address them. Nowhere is this more critical than our beautiful continent, Africa, where nearly 1.4 billion people live, a number expected to rise to about 2.5 billion by 2050 on the continent. Approximately 411 million people and almost 1/3 of the total population lack basic drinking water services as of 2020. So that's just to give you an idea of why it's important to have this conversation, as we've had on this edition of Rapid TV's continuously evolving social, political, and general interest show, Korero. In sub-Saharan Africa alone, about 387 million people struggle daily without access to safe water. So, to wrap up today's edition of Rapid TV's continuously evolving social, political, and general interest show, Korero, the H2O Wellness Campaign, Hydrate for Health, is a community of people that believe that you too, and everyone can stay healthy just by drinking the right amount of water every day. Now, this initiative first started on World Water Day, 22nd March 2024, in the city of Lagos. Now, the 2025 campaign celebrated World Water Day by taking safe drinking water to people in their offices from the 21st of March, and then on the 22nd of March, World Water Day went to the gyms, and later they took to the heat of the traffic across the massive city of Lagos, which was their next port of call. The campaign also extended to churches, with this year's headline sponsor providing co-branded table water to more than 25,000 Lagosians, and all in the celebration of World Water Day. So, to sum up today's edition of Rapid TV's continuously evolving social, political, and general interest show, Korero, we join the H2O campaign by kindly reminding you to stay healthy just by drinking the right amount of water always. Remember, the key word is hydrate for health. My special thanks to my guest, Janet Kaz Joshua, the convener of the H2O Wellness Campaign, Hydrate for Health, an initiative promoting proper hydration. And of course, to you for allowing us to be a part of your day and your morning. And we're wishing you a very, very fun-filled weekend ahead. Trust us, as always, to keep our promise of keeping our ears to the ground and our searchlight beamed on developments as they evolve all across the country. You never know. It just might be a dramatic weekend like we saw the last weekend. But trust us to come in fresh in the new week to give you all the updates and then bring you up to speed with developments as they evolve. I am Nkamian John the Beloved, also known to many as the Controversial, signing out.